On July 17, 1863, Union troops met an encampment of Confederate forces at Honey Springs Depot, located on the Texas Road in Indian Territory. This battle took place in close proximity to Fort Gibson, a pivotal Civil War outpost. Whoever was in control of the fort had control over Indian Territory, and the Confederacy had maintained its authority in this part of the country up until this climactic engagement. After only half of a day of fighting, 3,700 Union troops emerged victorious over nearly 6,000 Confederates. The victory left Fort Gibson and Indian Territory under federal control and changed the course of the Civil War in the western U.S. Historically important in many ways, the Battle of Honey Springs earned itself a very significant nickname, the Gettysburg of the West.
Honey Springs is the watershed moment for the Confederacy in Indian Territory. From here, it'll never be the same.
What really makes this area significant is this is where, one of the only battles of the Civil War where Native Americans, African Americans, and whites actually fought together on the battlefield.
It was a makeup of pretty much everybody throughout the region, even people of Hispanic descent who were fighting with the Texans in the Texas Army. And African Americans who had been freed throughout the fighting process made up the 1st Kansas Colored Infantry, which is one of the first black regiments to fight in the American Civil War. Troops from here in Indian Territory, you had Choctaws and Chickasaws, Creeks, Seminoles, Cherokees that were fighting all for the Confederacy, and likewise Seminoles, Creeks, and Cherokees that were fighting in the Federal Army. This came to a part of the country that was not a part of the United States. These were 5 independent nations that signed agreements with a foreign government. There was not a single person that was living in the Cherokee Nation at the time that the war broke out that was not directly affected by this war. Most children had lost one or both parents. There were now orphanages in the Cherokee Nation, which we had never seen before. There were the establishment of the first institutions for mental health. Those are all as a direct result of what happened in that war.
People fought and gave their lives here for what they believed in. This is just a small part of the bigger picture, and that forever changed the way people lived and thought and believed here in the territory.
The Battle of Honey Springs, though the largest Civil War conflict in Indian Territory, was just one of several engagements in the area. Tribes fought for both the Union and Confederacy in battles in and surrounding the Cherokee Nation.